Morning.
Good morning, ma'am.
Morning, ma'am.
Good morning, Sana. Fine. So,
Good morning, ma'am.
yeah, okay, fine. Just a minute. Okay. So, the last class we learned about the weaves, the different kinds of weaves. What are the different weaves, Reina? List according to the classification.
There are basic weaves and fancy weaves.
Good.
And in basic weaves contains plain weave, frill weave, and satin weave.
Very good. What about the fancy weaves, Sana? List the fancy weaves.
Adobe.
Adobe weave.
Then jacquard weave.
Checkered weave. Checkered weave. Then two more. So basically the weaves are classified into two, right? The basic weaves are over. The next is fancy weaves. Which are they? Meghna, help Sana.
I'll be
Yeah, very good. Jacquard weave. Leno weave.
Adobe.
Very good. What is a pile weave, Reina? Pile weave. Think. No problem. Don't look to the book.
Encircled.
Extra?
An extra yarns are added to the.
Very good. Usually the weaving is by weft and warp yarns. Okay, so in the pile weave, an extra set of yarn is inserted or extra set of yarn is used in the weaving process. That is called as pile weave. Then, Sana, what is a dobby weave? Dobby weave.
Symbol designs, geometry.
Yeah, that's very important. The geometrical patterns. In that weaving, the geometrical patterns are highlighted. Okay, that is dobby weaves. It is usually seen in shirts and all, male shirts and all. Small geometrical patterns are seen in the dobby weave. Then, what about the jacquard weave? Jacquard weave is very important. Okay, jacquard weaves. What does it make now?
Has large designs, unique shape.
Yeah, the special looms are needed for weaving the jacquard weaves. Okay, the very complex designs or the large designs are called as jacquard weaves. The large flowers and small designs are there in the jacquard weave. It is very expensive because a special loom is used for that. Loom means the machine, right? The machine or a device that used to weave the fabrics. Is it clear? So we finish the weaving part. Then basically there are 4 techniques for the cloth construction. Which are they, Sana? There are 4 methods. First is weaving. Then
Knitting.
very good. Knitting, Reina. Then
Felting.
very good. Felting. One more, Meghna.
Laces and lace.
Very good. Braids and laces. So let's start with the knitting process. Okay, in weaving, the 2 warp and weft yarns are just interlaced, right? The 2 warp and weft yarns are just interlaced to form a weaving pattern. In knitting, the same process but used by needles. Okay, the needles are mainly used to lock the fibers. Okay, in this knitting, it is made from interlocking loops. Okay, interlocking the loops, that is known as knitting. It is a process of manufacturing a fabric by interlooping. It is a difference. Okay, in weaving, it is interlacing, which means the weft and warp yarns are taken and then interlaced together. That is weaving. In knitting, the manufacturing of the fiber by interlooping of a yarns. What do you mean by a loop? This is a loop. Okay. This is a loop. So in knitting, these loops are created and they are interdependent to each other. Okay, that is the knitting process. In weaving, the interlacing is there. Knitting means we manufacture the fabrics with the help of yarns. Basically, the weft and warp yarns by interlooping. Interlooping means we create a thread or a loops, and each loops are depend to each other. That is called as knitting. I will show the video so it will be more clear. Okay, so first just understand. So weaving is the very important method of fabric construction. The second most important method is knitting. Okay, the first is weaving and the second method is knitting. It is defined as the needle technique of fabrics. Okay, the fabrics are prepared using needles. The two needles are taken and then it's interlooped. That is called as knitting for making a garment or a fabric. It's little difficult when compared with weaving. Okay, it is little difficult when compared with weaving and all. That's why it's sometimes it is more expensive and all. And then the knitted fabrics have the ability to extend or the extension. The elasticity is there. In knitted fabrics, elasticity is there. Okay. You can write the definition of the knitting. Knitting is a process of, Sana, switch on the camera. Knitting is a process of converting the yarn to fabrics. Yarn means the twisting of the fibers. Fiber is a thin hair-like structure. These structures are twisted together to form the yarns. Okay, so these yarns are used to form the fabrics by forming a series of loops. Okay, by forming a loops. Loop means a shape that is provided by a curve that bends round and then crosses itself. Okay, it's a shape that bends round and crosses itself. That is called as loop. In this technique of cloth construction, the needles, the two needles are used to construct the cloth. Is it clear? Is it clear? Okay, in weaving, the weft and warp yarns are interlaced by the warp yarns comes under and then goes over, then again comes under, then goes over the warp and weft yarns. That is a weaving. This is a sure question. Okay, what is the difference between weaving and knitting? So in knitting, the interlocking of loops is there. Okay, interlocking. We lock the loops. I will show the video. Okay.
And see,
Sir,
there are two of you taking fashion studies.
Sir, it's home science.
Pardon?
Sir, I'm Vrinda. I'm taking the home science. In home science also we have some fabrics and all. Some
Okay.
fashion, little bit of fashion is there.
It is part of your home science.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Okay, sorry.
That's okay, sir. So I will show
The same topic was there, I think, yarn and...
Yeah, the same topic, sir. Yeah, I just revised them.
I was getting mixed up.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. So I will show the video of knitting. Is it audible, Sana? Is the screen visible? Meghna, is it visible?
Yes, now it's gone.
Okay, you can see the video, right? No problem?
No problem. Let's see.
Okay, fine.
into this first stitch. Okay, this first loop here is called a stitch. All right, so here's a little vocab lesson. All of these little loops, this one, this one, this one, this one, they're all called stitches. And this is my first stitch. So I'm going to take my right needle and I'm going to press into this first stitch. Okay, so you can see I'm just pushing into it. All right, then I'm going to take my yarn and go around this right needle. So I'm going to go from the back to the front. All right, kind of counterclockwise. Back to the front. I'm going to push it between these two needles. And now you can see that this strand of yarn, you can kind of see it, right? Between this loop right here. So I'm going to take my right needle and just kind of pick out this loop and drop it off the needle. All right, and then I'm going to just tighten it up, pull this strand of yarn, tighten it up. And this is my first knit stitch. Pretty cool, right? Okay, so let's keep on going. I'm going to take my right needle, go into this stitch. This is my second stitch. Just push into it like that. Take my working yarn, put it around the right needle from the back to the front, and then I'm going to pull the strand of yarn between those two needles. And now I can see that strand of yarn here. I'm going to pick it out with my right needle and then drop it off the left needle. And that is my second stitch that I've knit. Okay? And we're going to keep on going, right? Push into the stitch. Okay, take my yarn, go around the needle from the back to the front, pull it between these two needles, and I'm going to pick out that strand of yarn through and then drop it off the needle, tighten it up, and do it all over again. Okay, so I've knit 3 stitches so far. That's pretty awesome, huh? So we're going to go into this next stitch here, just push into it. Take my yarn, go from the back to the front.
Is it clear, Meghna?
Somewhat.
Huh? Meghna? How is it?
What are somewhat?
I can't hear Meghna. Meghna?
Can
Reina, please try. Reina, how's the video?
It was not that clear.
Why?
So mine, because of my net was going stuck and stuck.
Okay, Sana, what about you?
Mine also makes some stuff.
Fine, Meghna?
mine was also stuck.
Oh, fine. So actually the knitting means, what does it mean? The fabrics are constructed using the needles. Okay, the 2 needles are there and we make some loops. Each loopers depend to each other. Okay, that is called as knitting. Is it clear? By creating these loops, we create the fabrics. Okay. In weaving, that is interlacing is there. In knitting, with the help of needles, it can be handmade or a machine. Okay, it can be handmade and machine made. There is no problem in that, but 2 needles are used to create the fabrics. The yarns are used, the weft and warp yarns are used to create the fabrics with the help of a needle. Is it clear? That is called as knitting. Then let's move on to the next one. So we finished the second construction of cloth, or the second technique. The next one is felting. Okay, the next one is felting. Felting means we consolidate certain fibers and then with the application of heat, moisture and all, the fabric is created. Okay, with the help of heat, moisture and all, the fabrics is created. Okay. Meghna?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Just a minute, I think her problem. You can see the screen?
Ma'am.
No? Fine. Okay. So what is a knitting, Reina? Rena?
It's the process of manufacturing, interlooping the thread.
Very good. Interlooping. The term is very important. Okay, interlooping the threads. Each loop is depend to each other. These are the knitted fabrics. Okay, these are the knitted fabrics. You can see the loops here. Hmm? This is a one loop, right? And again, this is a loop. Hmm? There are certain loops. Each loop is interlaced and each loop is depend to each other. Okay, is it clear? That is a knitted fabrics. In weaving, it is just like as this, right? These are the weft yarns and these are the warp yarns. Okay, so in weaving, the weft yarn goes under and comes over, then again goes under, then comes over. Okay, that is the weaving. In knitting, the loops are there. Each loop is connected and depend to form a fabric. Is it clear? No doubt, right? Okay, it will be more clear. Okay, how is this? This is a difference between woven fabrics and knitted fabrics. Hmm? These are the Sana. Switch on the camera. Are you there? Okay. These weaves, the lengthwise yarns are called as Sana. Lengthwise yarns. Let's try. Warp yarns. Very good. The warp yarn. So this is a warp yarn. Okay. In weaving, the weft yarns here, the first weft yarns goes behind and comes to the front of the warp yarn and again goes behind, come to the front, goes behind, come to the front, right? This is the weaving process. In knitting, you can see that this is the one loop, right? This is the one and the other loop that goes behind the first one and each loop is connected and depend to each other, right? This is the main difference between weaving and knitting. In weaving, the interlacing is there. In knitting,
Interlooping.
yeah, very good. Interlooping is there. The next one is felting. Felting. First write the definition. Okay, felting. It is a process of consolidating certain fibers or certain fibrous materials by the application of heat, moisture and mechanical action. Is it clear? Rena, read the definition of felting.
The process of consolidating certain fibrous material by application of heat and mechanical
action. Okay, so by the help of heat, moisture or any mechanical action, we consolidate all the fibers and with the help of heat, it turned into a fabrics. Okay, that is the felting. The application of heat and moisture is there. Okay. In felting, in knitting, the interlooping of fabric is there. And in knitting, we consolidate the fabrics, basically the woolen fabrics. Okay, we take all the fabrics and with the help of heat or the moisture, the fabric is constructed. Okay, I will show the video of felting. So Reina, Meghna, what is felting?
It is the consolidating of certain fibers or fibrous materials by the application of heat, moisture, or mechanical actions.
Very good. This is a very interesting video. Okay.
video, we will show you how to make your own sheet of felted fabric. Small pieces of felted fabric may be used to make a variety of decorative or practical items. For larger pieces make excellent decorative wallpaper. For this project, you will need the following items. Lay out a towel with a piece of bubble wrap over the top. Prepare your fibers by pulling them apart or cutting lengths of equal sizes. To make your first layer, start by placing a vertical line of fibers on the bubble wrap. Now you're ready to add the second layer, this time adding the lines of fibers on top. Remember to overlap each line and lift the light tightly on the roof. The third and final layer is laid out in line vertically, so that each layer is at right angles to the previous. At this stage, you can add a pattern by layering on different coloured wool fibers. Remember to place these fibers at 90 degrees angle to the previous layer. Cover the layers of wool with a piece of mesh before soaking the fibers thoroughly with hot soapy water. Make sure all the fibers are wet through. Begin to rub the fibers through the mesh using a circular motion, starting at the center and working outwards. Rub gently to begin with, increasing the pressure as the fibers begin to mesh together. Remove the mesh. Carefully turn the piece over. Replace the mesh and begin to work on the other side. Begin to add more hot soapy water. You can test the fibers to see if they are felted together. Pinch the surface. If the loose fibers lift away, begin to continue rubbing. If the fibers are just welded together, soft and loose to pull apart, this is called a half fell. A half fell is the stage where the fibers are tangled together before the felted stage, where they harden and shrink. Lift the mesh up. Carefully move the mesh fibers onto the center of a bamboo mat. Using a bamboo mat increases the amount of friction you apply during felting. Roll the mat tightly with the fibers inside and secure them onto the mats. The bamboo allows the water to slosh and seep. Place the mat on your towel and start to roll it back into folds, gradually applying push. After a minute or two, roll tightly and open it out. You will notice that the fibers have become thick as the fulling process starts. Turn the felt 90 degrees and re-roll. Rub the mat backwards and forwards as before. Regularly turning the piece this way, changing the direction of the roll will ensure shrinkage takes place evenly in both directions during the flow. Shrunk by about 30%. If you wish to make a larger, perhaps it is a group project, you could use a beach mat or even a window blind. It's useful to make a number of different coloured half felts. Because the fibers are not full, fibers still have loose scales and will entangle and fell into a newly prepared base layer. Cutting shapes from half felts will result in a more sharp and defined design that can be achieved by laying the right fibers.
Is it clear? Reina? Sana, switch on the camera, please. Reina, is it clear? Sana? Is it clear? Meghna? Summarize the video. What do you understand from the felting process?
So first he took some cotton and on that he placed some clothes and he wet it, I think by soap water.
Yeah, it's moisture. I told you that. It can be heat, moisture, or mechanical action. We consolidate the fabrics. Basically, the woolen fibers are used, but here the cotton is used. Then
Then after that he just roll it
To give pressure, for applying pressure. He
and
rolled the fabrics.
fabric, and he dried it, and he do
So,
from different patterns he has done it.
with the help of some colorful fibers and all, colored, the dyed fibers are included in that felting process. Okay, that is called as felting. And what is the fourth one? There is other one, other technique for constructing the clothes. What is it, Sana? The one last one. First is weaving, knitting, felting, and the last one, Meghna?
Braces and laces.
Yeah, braids and laces. Okay, so these braids are basically used in shoelaces and all. Okay, the shoelaces are basically made of this braids. I'll show the picture. Okay, these are the braids. Just a minute. Meghna, is it clear?
No, we can't see.
Okay. So much not open. Okay. It's clear now, right? These are the braids. Just like as we braid our hair, right? A rope-like thing. The braids are used in the textiles also. Shoelaces, all these are made up of braids. This is another technique that used to construct the cloth. Okay, here you can see that interweaving of 3 weaves, right? Interweaving of 3 weaves. Interweaving, it can be more than 3. Okay, interweaving of 3 or more strands in a diagonally overlapping pattern. Each one is overlapped by the other. Okay, that is braids. By including this braid structure in our clothes, it provides more attractiveness. Okay, it gives more attraction to the clothes. It improves the utility and all. Nowadays, the usage of these braids are increasing because of the attractiveness. Okay, so in this braids, 3 or here it is 3, just like as our hair braids. Basically, 3 or more weaves are used or more strands are used to interlaced. Okay, that is braids. Is it clear? Next is laces. What do you mean by laces? Sana? Where you can see these laces in your clothes and all? Reina?
Mainly gowns.
Reina, little more louder.
Mainly gowns.
Gowns, the sari borders, then some tablecloths are also made using these laces. These are the open, some open patterns are seen, like, right? Some small open spaces are there. So it is prepared by a open web-like manner. Okay, open web-like pattern. These laces are prepared using open web-like pattern. The weaving is according to some open spaces. The lace is also considered as a fabric. Okay, these fabrics, the lace as a fabric is mainly from the yarns. By the interlacing or interlooping of these laces, it is in the form of an open web-like pattern. Here you can see some spaces and all. That is called as open web-like pattern. These laces are mainly seen in the sari gowns, tablecloths, gowns and all. Okay, the borders. That is laces. These laces and braids are also prepared using yarns by twisting the fibers. That is braids and laces. Is it clear? These are the 4 main techniques that used to construct the cloth. Okay. That's all about this chapter. So in this chapter, we learned about different parts of the loom, Loom means device or any machine that used to weave the fabrics. Okay, that is the loom. There are very some important parts in loom, right? Heddles, shuttle, reed, warp beam, weft beam, and all. Okay, these parts are basically involved in the weaving process, or they help to construct the clothes. Next, we learned about different types of fibers or different types of weaves. Weaves are of two types: the basic weaves and fancy weaves. Plain weave, twill weave, the diagonal weave, all these comes under the basic weaves. Jacquard, pile, all these are the fancy weaves. Okay. Then we learned about other techniques. Some other techniques that we use to construct our clothes. Baby clothes are mainly prepared using this knitting. By using the needles and all, we prepare the shoes and shoes and all. Okay. Baby clothes, that is mainly prepared using this what process? Reina, what is the process using the knitting? It's called as, the two needles are used to interloop the yarns. That process is called as knitting or felting. What is it? Don't get confused. Knitting or felting. Using of the needles to construct the clothes. Knitting. Very good. Knitting. So in knitting process, we create the loops and each loop is interlaced. Okay, two needles are used and the needle is inserted into the other loop and again it continues and continues. Okay, it's a continuing process till we get the fabric. That is called as knitting. Then we learned about felting. That is a third technique that used to construct the clothes. It's easy, right? Which means the process of applying heat or moisture. In that video, the moisture is applied to consolidate the fibers. Okay, that is felting. Then the last one is braids and laces. That's very simple. The laces are the open web-like patterns basically seen in saris, the borders of the clothes and all. Is it clear? Any doubts in this? Any doubts? Just go through the text. Any doubts? From the next class, we can start the next chapter. That's why I'm asking you. Any doubts? Reena?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Sana?
No, ma'am.
Take time, okay? Make any doubts? It's a very important chapter.
No.
So included in your practicals also to identify the weaves and all. No. Okay. So let's wind up. We'll meet in the next class. We'll start a new chapter. Fine. Bye. Take care. Let's meet. Thank you, sir. Okay, thank you. Thank you, sir.